Welcome to BizzTalk World Talk Show presented by Clickaway Creators. Today we have Mr. Gouriprasad with us. Gouriprasad is a highly accomplished and result-driven leader with comprehensive work experience and commendable strength in the area of data and advanced analytics, cloud, which includes Azure, GCP, and AWS. And he has played a significant role in growing large accounts for the companies he was part of. And he was also instrumental in building relationship with some of the large customers, which led to 7 times business growth. And he has been invited a number of times as a guest speaker in multiple national and international conferences. So now, without further ado, let's dive into more about him. So hi, Mr. Gouriprasad. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me today. I'm super thrilled and excited to, to talk to you today. Yeah. And before even we start, I just want to take a minute and then appreciate the team, Clickaway Creators. You guys are doing phenomenal job in bringing together some of the best brains that we have. On the conference day, I had chance to meet some of the best leaders that we have. Phenomenal experience. Thank you so much of learning from the conference. Thank you so much. Keep doing such kind of great work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gouriprasad. I mean, hearing such kind word from a professional like you, it's really a music to the ears. So thank you so much. And now, Mr. Gouriprasad, before we dive in onto the questions. So firstly, I would like to know something about yourself or something about your journey.
Yeah, I think you're kind and you introduced me well. I think you've covered majority of things. Primarily, I work in the space of data. Right? I work in the data. When I say data, I mean AWS, BI, AI, ML, data on cloud, right? So primarily in the space of data. Beyond work, I enjoy giving back to the society. I go and participate in majority. The corporate social responsibility activities and various other initiatives where we get chance to interact with youngsters, go to colleges and interact, share our knowledge, what we have. So I enjoy that too. Right. At a personal level, my wife is also, a software professional. We have a daughter. Her name is Pearl. We're a small family.
That's really nice to know. Thank you so much for sharing, such beautiful things. And now, moving forward, so I would like to ask you, did you face any obstacles in your path of success? And if yes, how did you overcome and supersede them?
So that's a very good question. Thank you for asking. Obstacles and anybody's journey are good friends. Right? Nobody can escape. But according to me, at least, some of the key qualities that one should have is ability to foresee that there can be an obstacle, something like this, based on the current actions that are happening. Right? If you can foresee, then certainly you can be prepared well to face that obstacle and then overcome that maybe smoothly or with some tough time. But at the end of the day, you can overcome depending upon the scenario. Right? That's very, very important quality to have. I think, fortunately, in majority of the times, I was able to do that and I could come well. But yes, not every time this is possible, right? For example, we take the pandemic that happened, COVID. There are cases where videos we saw where people actually predicted, but still, to keep things short and clear, right? We were not so prepared for it. There can be scenarios where you cannot predict, they happen. How do you live in such kind of scenarios? How do you overcome that? Right? At least according to me. Some of the key things are one, positive mindset. A positive mindset is very, very important. 2, a right attitude. 3, ability to take quick decisions. 4, I actually recommend to have a mentor, or a coach in life who can actually guide you at any point in time. don't hesitate to go and talk to them in such kind of times, right? That's the time where you go and bank on them and take some help if required, right? So the other thing is, fifth point is communicate and collaborate, right? Communication and collaboration certainly helps in sometimes to overcome those obstacles. I think according to me, these 5 points help you when you are in a situation where you could not predict what's happening, right? At least could not guess anything that's happening. But otherwise, one of the key things that I recommend everybody is to cultivate the habit of guessing or foreseeing what's happening, right? What can happen? Then you can be prepared yourself. I mean, maybe you can come with some mitigation plan or something. I think that's my view on that.
Thank you so much. I mean, you explained that so nicely and beautifully. And yeah, so this is something that what I feel is that these are the measures that you feel that one should be taking before taking up anything.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So now moving forward, what are your methods of team or people management?
A lovely question, close to my heart. Okay, let me give you a scenario, right? At least at work, you get into a meeting and you tell your team some strategy or some idea. Can we actually do something like this? One of your team member comes and tells you, that's good, but how about this, right? He or she shares an idea. So it's always good to hear them. If you think that's actually good, go and accept it, appreciate it, and implement it. I mean, if everybody feels that that's a good idea, have that culture of have the culture where you hear, where people get the feeling that they're heard, right? They're respected. There is somebody, I mean, they're valued, right? I think these are some of the points which are very, very important in the team, right? That culture is very important. When somebody is valued, somebody is respected, somebody is heard, certainly they feel that they are in a healthy environment. That's very important, right? I think this is very, very important. The other thing is, if somebody, for example, if somebody has got aspiration, I mean, somebody enjoys corporate social responsibility activities, right? Don't say no. Ask them to go and participate. So you're valuing their interests. You're valuing their passion, right? That's important. So they'll be more motivated. They'll be more happy. And they'll give their best. Right? The other important thing is I saw. I mean, all of us, I'm sure, love her, respect her, Indra Nui, right? Telling in one of her, talks that at work we need to have head, heart, and hands working very closely together. The key point, what she was telling on that day, is the heart, right? Empathy. Right? Empathy is very important at workplace. Your ability to empathize and help people when there is a need, right? So I think empathy also brings a healthy environment within the teams. To me, these are some of the points which certainly give, at least I follow at work, are helping me to be a good leader at work, help team motivate well. And at the end, it's open secret. You as a leader should always walk the talk. If that's not there, certainly the motivation factor actually goes down. Yeah.
Thank you again. I mean, that was again explained so nicely. I really like the way that you are actually explaining everything by taking up a good example, just like you did now. I mean, we all know that who heads Pepsi, and that's Ms. Indra Nui. Yes, so that's really nice. And now moving forward, I would like to ask you, what is your time management mantra? How do you manage your time?
So according to me, let me pick up top 3 points. One is prioritize, right? You should be able to prioritize the task what you're doing, right? So prioritizing is very, very important. You need to know what you want to do, and you should right. So prioritizing is very, very important. One of the key things is prioritize. The other important point is enable and empower your team. Enable and empower your team to take decisions based on their within their limitation, right? So by doing that, you delegate the work, right? So you offload some of your work by enabling and empowering your team. So that's the other point. The third important and third important point is cultivate the habit of saying no. There are times where you have to say no, otherwise it will have a very bad impact on your total day. You don't get into a situation where you're not comfortable, but you're forced. So cultivate the habit of smoothly saying no. I think these are the top 3 points, and the list goes on. But yeah, I think these are the top 3 points according to me.
Thank you so much. And now I would like to ask you, like, what would you advise to young professionals in your industry? Because as a working professional, you have, people actually look up to you, or the young professional, they'll definitely look up to you. And I mean, if you look at your journey as a working professional, so it is really something to admire. So please tell us, like, what advice would you like to give?
So very, very first important, very, very important point to me is, I mean, I for sure tell, I used to head Campus Connect in one of my previous organizations, right? Where apart from my delivery activities. So as part of that, we used to have an induction program. So I have come up with an initiative where we used to invite our new family members into the family along with their, I mean, the fresh grads who passed out of the college along with their parents or family. So one of the key things on that day, what I used to do is make parents talk about their kids' journey. Today, once they get into the corporate world, that was their dream for many of them, for many of the youngsters, even their parents when they were kids, right? So today they are living their dream. I made their parents talk about their kids' journey, be vocal about how happy they are, and express their happiness. Similarly, I also made the kids to stand up, clap, and thank their parents for what they are today, right? So the point what I'm trying to make is the gratitude, right? It is very important to have that culture within the organization, or as an individual, you should have that habit of saying thank you, or going and recognizing that, right? So gratitude is one thing what I ask people to cultivate. The other thing is, in our schools or colleges, right, we don't teach people how to manage their financials, right? How to manage their financials. It is very important for a youngster to know how to manage their financials. They don't know the importance of managing financials, right? So I strongly recommend to go and learn that. Have a mentor, right? And as they grow up, they realize the importance of that. By the time they lost some very, very crucial period of their life, right? So if they start early, they can plan their financials well. So I think that's another point what I would like to tell. Anyway, in terms of technology, when it comes to technology, I strongly recommend everybody to have right attitude, ability to sometimes unlearn and learn, sometimes learn new things. Because if you're talking about technology or tools, after 2 to 3 years, we don't know what technology or tool we may be working, because that tool maybe, or technology may be getting created right now, right? So with the startup culture that is there across the globe now, wonderful technology and tools are coming into the market to help people make their life easy, right? So that's the reason. That's what I'm trying to have. Be flexible, have right attitude is one of the key things, and ability to learn and unlearn is very, very important. Sometimes you may have to learn directly, you don't need to learn that. So that's very, very important. And the other thing, last point, what I would like to tell the youngsters is, failing is okay. I'm again repeating, failure is okay. But if you fail to not to attempt, that is not okay, right? But if you fail to not to attempt, that is not okay. Don't get scared with failure. Go attempt. failure is okay. I mean, it gives you very, very costly lessons to life, right? So these are some of the key messages or advices if I can give to youngsters. Yeah, so I think these are some of the key messages.
All right. I mean, I really hope that, the young professionals who will be listening to this, they'll be, getting a more clarity on how things are to be done and how wealth has to be managed. As you told, that it is one of the most important things that they should really learn at an early stage. And yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Gouriprasad, for sharing such great insights with us. And we look forward to having a chat with you again in the future on some other trending topics in the international business industry. And for our viewers, if you like this chat with Mr. Gouriprasad, please like and share this video and subscribe to ClickAway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do. And you have more coming from the industry leaders. This is Nikhil for BizzTalk World. And thank you so much, Mr. Gouriprasad.
One last message, right, for the audience who are watching it. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. These guys are doing some great work. If you're not doing, you'll miss out that, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you. Bye-bye.